Welcome, everybody, to the new EZCreditPR studio. My name is Moises Santiago, and here at EZCreditPR, we focus on education, credit analysis, and helping consumers better understand how credit actually works. Because let's be honest, most people are making financial decisions without fully understanding the system behind them.
Right, and honestly, that's so common. People hear one tip from a friend, one scary call from a collector, and suddenly they're making huge money decisions on pure emotion.
Exactly. And one of the biggest misunderstandings consumers have is believing that paying collections automatically fixes their credit. But what if I told you a lot of people pay collections emotionally and still keep struggling financially afterward?
Wait, so you're telling me paying collections doesn't always improve your credit?
That's exactly what we're talking about today. How collections really affect your credit, how debt collectors operate, and why understanding your rights matters before making emotional financial decisions. And the short answer is no. Paying a collection does not always mean your score goes up right away.
So why not? Because that's the part people really don't get.
Well, here's the thing. A paid collection can still stay on a credit report for years, depending on the account and whether it gets deleted. Some newer scoring models ignore paid collections, but many lenders still use older models that may continue to count them negatively. So, yeah, paying it can help in some situations, but it is not automatic magic.
Wow! So someone can pay, feel relieved, and then check their score and see almost nothing changed?
Exactly. And that's where people feel frustrated. They thought they were buying a score increase when really they were only changing the balance status. Those are not always the same thing. That's the part nobody explains.
Right. And I'm guessing not all collections are treated the same either?
Correct. Medical collections are a big example. Paid medical collections generally should not appear on the major credit reports, and smaller medical collections under certain thresholds have also been removed from reporting in many cases. But non-medical collections can still be a very different story. So before paying anything, you want to know exactly what type of debt it is, who owns it, and whether it's even being reported correctly.
Okay, that feels important, because some people get a scary phone call and just pay immediately.
And that is exactly what debt collectors count on sometimes. Under federal law, collectors cannot use abusive, deceptive, or unfair practices. They're not supposed to harass you, lie about what you owe, or misrepresent your legal rights. And you have the right to ask for validation of the debt, meaning basic information that helps confirm the debt is actually yours and the amount is accurate.
Yeah. So instead of reacting emotionally, the smarter move is to slow down, verify first, then decide?
100%. Slow down, ask questions, review your reports, understand whether paying will help your bigger financial picture or whether you should negotiate first. In some cases, a person might even try to negotiate a deletion before paying, though that depends on the collector and the account. The key is not to assume that payment alone solves the whole credit problem.
That's such a shift, because the emotional mindset is just make it disappear. But the educated mindset is, wait, what actually changes if I pay this?
Exactly. And that question can save people money, stress, and regret. So if you're dealing with collections, don't let fear make the decision for you. Learn how the system works first, understand your rights, and then move strategically.
I love that. Less panic, more information.
That's the goal. Here at EZCreditPR, we believe education comes first, because when consumers understand credit, they make stronger decisions, and that can change everything.
Finally, a clear path forward.
My financial goals feel closer.
Empowering your credit journey.
Let's be real. Trying to fix your credit on your own can get frustrating. Same steps, same results, nothing really changes. At EZCreditPR, we focus on education first. We help you understand what is really affecting your credit so you stop guessing and start moving the right way.
Empowering your credit journey.
Wait, Are you telling me paying collections doesn't always improve your credit?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. And that's exactly what most people never get told.
Because I paid almost $2,000 in collections, and my score barely moved, like at all.
And that's one of the biggest mistakes consumers make. People panic, pay collections emotionally, and never really understand how that account is affecting the full credit profile.
Right, because I honestly thought paying collections automatically fixed your credit.
That's what most people believe. And honestly, that misunderstanding costs people real money every year.
So what's really happening?
Most people never stop to analyze the whole situation. They see collection calls, they get scared, and they react emotionally. But credit doesn't work emotionally. It works strategically.
So why do collectors pressure people so much?
Because debt collection is a business. In many cases, charged off debt gets sold for far less than the full amount owed, sometimes in large portfolios. Then, once that debt changes hands, the collection process starts.
So they might buy it really cheap?
Yeah, in many situations, yes. And consumers panic before they fully understand their rights. That's the part that gets expensive.
That's crazy, because it feels like they have all the power.
And that's the dangerous part. Most consumers think collectors have unlimited power, but that's not true. Federal law puts limits on what collectors can do.
Like, what?
There's a law called the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, the FDCPA. It helps protect consumers from abusive, deceptive, and unfair collection practices. So no, collectors cannot legally harass you, threaten you illegally, or misrepresent who they are.
Oh, wait, seriously?
Seriously. They also can't use deceptive pressure tactics, and there are rules around what they must provide and how they can communicate. According to federal consumer guidance, you also have the right to get validation information and ask for details about the original creditor in certain situations.
I didn't even know that. Wow.
Exactly. Most people never learn their rights. They only learn fear.
So where does credit reporting come into this?
That's where the Fair Credit Reporting Act comes in, the FCRA. It governs how information can be reported on consumer credit reports. If information is inaccurate, incomplete, or outdated, consumers have the right to challenge it.
So people can dispute bad reporting if something's off?
Absolutely. But they need to understand documentation, timelines, reporting status, and strategy. Because paying a collection does not automatically erase the history from the report.
And that's the part nobody tells you.
Exactly. A paid collection can still remain on a credit report for up to 7 years from the original delinquency date, even after the balance updates to paid. So if someone pays and expects the account to disappear overnight, well, that's usually not how it works.
That actually happened to me. I got scared when the call started. They kept pushing me to pay immediately, and honestly, I felt trapped.
And that happens every day. Consumers empty savings, jump into payment plans, and then later realize the negative history may still be affecting their profile. That's why analysis matters before action.
So people can pay and still have credit problems?
Yes, every profile is different. Sometimes paying helps with underwriting or debt resolution, but it does not always create a major score jump. Newer scoring models may treat some paid collections differently, and some small third-party collections under $100 may be ignored by certain FICO versions. But that does not mean every lender uses those models.
Okay. So what should someone do first?
First, stay calm. Second, review your full credit report carefully. Third, understand who owns the debt, how it's being reported, what the dates are, whether documentation exists, and what rights you have before making a financial decision.
So the real problem is people react too fast, right?
Exactly. Fear creates expensive decisions, but knowledge gives you leverage. When consumers understand the FDCPA and the FCRA, they stop feeling powerless and start making strategic moves instead of emotional ones.
Honestly, I wish somebody explained this years ago.
That's why we make this kind of content. Consumers deserve to understand the system before making big financial decisions. Learn your rights, understand your credit, and move with strategy, not fear.
Finally, a clear path forward.
My financial goals feel closer.
Empowering your credit journey.
Let's be real. Trying to fix your credit on your own can get frustrating. Same steps, same results, nothing really changes. At EZCreditPR, we focus on education first. We help you understand what is really affecting your credit so you stop guessing and start moving the right way.
Empowering your credit journey.
Then, before we wrap up this episode, there's something really important consumers need to hear. Not every debt situation is the same, and not every collection account should be handled emotionally, you know?
Right. And honestly, that's where a lot of people get stuck. They see a collection account, they panic, and they make a move before they understand what they're actually looking at.
Exactly. Because there are things many consumers were never taught, like reporting timelines, documentation, and even statutes of limitation. Those details can completely change the strategy.
Yeah. According to federal consumer guidance, collection accounts and other negative information can stay on a credit report for about 7 years in many cases. But that does not mean every debt should be treated the same way. And debt collectors are generally required to provide validation information, so consumers can understand what is being collected and why.
And that's a conversation we're definitely going to go deeper into in a future episode. Because, wow, people are making financial decisions every day without fully understanding all the facts first.
Absolutely. And that lack of knowledge becomes expensive. I mean, one wrong move, one rushed payment, one ignored notice, that can create a much bigger problem than people realize.
So that's exactly why this platform exists, to educate, to guide, and to help people better understand credit, collections, consumer rights, and overall financial strategy.
Yes, and let's be clear, this is about learning before reacting. Federal regulators say consumers should review the details of a debt, including who the current collector is and what information was provided in the validation notice. It sounds basic, but that step alone can save people from a lot of confusion.
And there are even newer changes people may not know about, right? For example, medical collections have been treated differently in recent years.
Exactly. Credit reporting changes have reduced the impact of some medical collections, including the removal of paid medical collections from consumer reports and a longer wait before certain unpaid medical collections can appear. So again, knowledge matters.
If this episode helped you learn something new, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and stay connected with us for the next conversation.
And don't forget to like, comment, and share this with someone who's trying to better understand their financial future. Because one piece of information really can change someone's life.
Trust me, this is only the beginning. We've got more conversations coming on collections, credit reporting, business credit, disputes, consumer laws, and financial growth.
And if you need help understanding your credit profile, visit EZCreditPR.com or call 412-520-8254. Learn your rights, understand your credit, and start the right way.